All right. So today we're going to be talking about protecting your brand and business. So let me share my screen, my little slides. We're going to go through the slides, talk about them. I'm going to show you some different sites and resources that can help you. But let me share. Okay. So thank you once again for registering for this particular webinar. Protecting your business and brand is essential. It's so important that you protect your brand. Whatever God give us, I'm a guy, girl, whatever he give us, I feel like we should protect it. We should guard it. And there's some things that I had to learn the hard way by trusting people and not protecting my brand. And now that I'm learning new ways and implementing these new strategies on how to protect my brand, I wanted to share it with other people. So thank you again once for joining. And so we're first going to talk about why protecting your brand matters. So the reason why it matters, like I said, is very important to protect your brand and your reputation, because when you start a brand, your brand becomes you. Okay, you are the person that represents your brand. Your logo, everything is attached to you, tied to you, your brand, your reputation, your image. So consequences of brand misuse and fragment can happen if you're not careful, and competitive advantage of a strong protected brand identity. Um, so people can try to sell your brand. People can try to take your logos and your business names and things like that and run with it and make it like this their own. But if you're properly protected, do things like trademarks and things of that nature, you don't have to worry about those type of things. So one thing, again, we're going to talk about, legal protection is trademark registration. I tell people as soon as they get their business registered in their state to do trademark application on the federal level can take time, can take up to several months. I have seen where some trademark applications took up to a year because it has to be assigned to a lawyer. That can take a while, and then the processing on the federal level can take a while. However, I tell my clients to apply for trademark within their state. Certain states will allow companies to trademark their business name, their brand, and that's what I did. So I trademarked my stuff in the state of North Carolina and South Carolina because those are where my businesses are registered. Those came back quicker than the federal, but at least I was covered within my state. I have had people in my state to try to take my business name and run with it, or try to copy my business name when I had a trademark in the state of North Carolina, and I still was able to send them cease and desist in the state of North Carolina because what you doing? So um, you can apply again for a trademark through the appropriate government agency, whether it's North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever you are, and with the federal, and monitor trademarks to prevent unauthorized use. So every now and again, I do a Google search, Google my name, business name, to see if anybody else is trying to use my name. I have came across that a couple of times, and I just had a lawyer on my behalf to send them cease and desist. If they didn't cease, then I was going to move forward with legal action. So make sure you monitor those type of things. Now, what state are you in, Ms. Gill? I didn't bother to ask you what state are you in.
I'm located in Virginia.
Okay, so you're in Virginia. So Virginia, if you go to their Secretary of State website, they might have it to where you can do trademarks to them too as well. And see if you can do your trademark for your business or whatever you're trying to do with them first, and then apply for federal. And I try to tell people to do that first because, like I said, it's quicker, and those applications are similar to what the federal trademark application is. So if you get it approved with the state, you're more than likely to get it approved with with the federal government.
Okay, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So another thing we need to protect is our intellectual property. If we have any type of intellectual property, we need to protect those type of things, right? So in order to protect those type of intellectual properties, there's copyright. So there's a website called copyrights.gov, which protect content, publication, and original designs. Then there is patents to protect unique inventions, process, or products. These action steps, you need to register your patents and copyrights as needed and consult with the IP or intellectual property lawyer for specialized protection. Um, and so, like, if you're not familiar with what you're doing, I always tell people to seek legal counsel. There are lawyers that specialize in IP. Um, and then, if you have no earthly idea where to start, I try to tell people to get the Legal Shield. And I'll go more into that later, where it's a subscription where you can have a subscription to a lawyer every month and they will review your business documents. They will send out, like I said, on my behalf, they send out cease and desist letters on my behalf. They have reviewed documents for me, legal documents when I'm putting together contracts. They had did that for me, and it's a good thing. And if they don't do, I do see now that they're starting to help with copyrights and trademarks, but if they don't do it in-house, they will refer you to another person and you can use that person. They'll give you a discount with that person, that other lawyer. Like, you won't have to pay on top of your subscription that you pay with them every month, but you get a discount because they refer you out to another lawyer. And that's one thing I like about Legal Shield too. I had Legal Shield for personal use, but I also added to for my business too as well, just to get those perks. And it has been life-changing. So contracts and agreements, when you're doing business with anybody, I try to tell people now, make sure you have some type of contract and agreement in place, even if it's with someone that's a relative that you're working with, because you never know when people try to steal your ideas or people try to get mad and try to just take your ideas and sell it off or pawn it off like it's their own. I had that to happen to me before in the past. But thankfully, what has saved me, because I didn't think that I needed to put a non-disclosure agreement in place or non-complete clause in place. My stuff was trademarked. So I was able to reach out to the people that they sold my information to and pretty much try to put my website ideas as own. I was able to send a person a letter and say, hey, I have trademarks on how my website and copyrights on how my website and my logo are supposed to be marketed. And I see that you're using the same exact layout website as I'm using, which is illegal. And I advise you to go in there and redo your website. I had to do that. The person who took my idea, they was very, very mad because I found out about it. But at the same time, it was just like, I had rights to my stuff, and I was not going to let you do me that way. I was not going to let you just take my ideas and resell it. But I know now moving forward to do non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, and do non-compete clauses. And then if it's really coming to your, like, your intellectual property and things of that nature, like I talked about before, also get them to do an IP assignment agreement or clause as well. And I'll show you some templates of what those look like. But there's websites that you can use to create these for your business too as well. Cybersecurity measures protect digital assets, customer data, and business systems. So you definitely need to have something on your computer, whether to implement firewalls, encryptions, and antivirus software. Train employees on cybersecurity awareness and regular update software and backups. So what I use for my computer is called, and I need to add this to the resources. It's called Avid Business Cloud Care, but it's called Avid Business something. I'll research it when we get to me showing you the documents and things of that nature, and I'll try to add that link inside the folder too as well. But I have this on my computer. You know, I do people taxes, so that's very important information. And during tax season is when I see the most malware hackers trying to hack into accounting systems because they want to be able to gain access to other people's personal information that my clients trust me with, like a social security number, bank account information. They want that access to it. And so I actually had someone to try to actually hack my computer before, but thankfully I was able to catch it. And whenever I caught it, I made sure I went and got um, this particular software on my computer, and it's on all my devices to make sure nobody don't hack my computer or try to hack in, put malware on it, viruses on it. Like as soon as something comes up suspicious, my computer automatically block it. And then I like it too. It comes with a VPN. So if I'm traveling, if I'm going somewhere and I'm using my laptop and I'm not on a actual secure um Wi-Fi network like I am at home where I have my own password and nobody can access to it. It's not like an open network. Or if it is an open network, I'll turn my VPN on so nobody won't know or can still try to access me through that way. So very, very useful, very, very helpful as a lifesaver. It helps me so much with even with people trying to put viruses on my computer, it blocked those. So thankful and grateful. So I would definitely highly suggest that you do that because people will try to steal your personal information through your computer. Reputation management. So, managing online presence in response to customer feedback, you definitely want to do that. You definitely want to respond back in like a timely manner um, to clients that you know are very, very potential clients. Now, you will have some people that will just try to send you bogus things, um, try to solicitate and things of that nature. Now those type of responses and stuff I do not respond to at all because I know it's a waste of my time. I know it's a waste of my energy and I know they're scamming. So you have to be careful too when it comes to those. But if you know that you are dealing with an actual customer or actual potential customer, make sure you are responding and giving responding to them and responding to their customer feedback and things of that nature. Um, you want to monitor online reviews and social media mentions. That is definitely a thing too with the social media mentions. I had a couple of people try to tag my businesses, especially on Facebook, and different things that I was not associated with. Just I had to go in there and I had to untag the business page and block because that was kind of like scamming too. And it pretty much was like a saying that they were going to shut my page down if I didn't do such and such and such. It was just scamming. I know it was a scam, and blocked and removed and untagged. So be mindful of that too as well. Act quickly on customer complaints or negative feedback. Like I said, some people are not even going to be your customers and they're going to try to give negative feedback just to be um, rude or hateful or malicious. I had that happen too. Just remove those type of feedbacks. And then you want to build a positive brand story and engage with customers authentically. Insurance for business protection. I try to tell people they need to get insurance for their business. I have insurance. Um, Looking to now getting insurance for the nonprofit, and there's different insurance companies that are out there that you can get insurance with. And a different type of insurance coverage needs to be that you need to look into are general liability insurance, professional liability insurance, and cybersecurity insurance. Those are the type of insurance you want to look into, depending on what type of nature or what type of industry your business is in. Hartford is a good business insurance company that I try to tell people to use, and it's another one called Simply Business that I try to tell people to go and look into and use too as well. I know Simply Business, they tend to insure a lot of people that deal with children or a lot of businesses or nonprofits that deal with children. I know Hartford does not, but I do know like if you are doing anything with children, you definitely want to look into Simply Business. Simply Business might be a little bit cheaper. I have had a client that I talked to this week or coached this week, and they said they got their quotes and that they're gonna go with Simply Business because their quotes was a little bit cheaper. So keep that in mind too. So shop around, but Simply Business. Another one is called Next Insurance. I haven't tried that one yet as far as getting quotes. I just know I was trying to find something that will secure a nonprofit that offers services to the youth in the community, which can kind of be like a high risk when it comes to insurance. But there are insurance companies that will be willing to cover those type of things for a reasonable price. So just shop around. Okay, intellectual property monitoring. So proactively monitor your brand misuse or IP infringement. So your action steps is to set up alerts for your brand name. So I was told that you can set up alerts on Google or something like that, and for your brand, and then considering higher services to monitor IP use online. Take swift action against infringements, again, cease and desist and legal action. I try to send people cease and desist first. If they don't respond to that, then I'll send them a legal action. But not nine times out of 10, when they see that cease and desist, they don't want the smoke. They don't want it. They'll go ahead and they'll just shut down the website or stop using the name or do whatever, because they don't want that type of attention. They don't want that type of lawsuit against them. Employee training and compliance. So the role of the employees is safeguarding and branding integrity. So you want to make sure if you have employees to do regular training on board on brand guidelines and company policies, you want to reinforce compliance with IP, cybersecurity, and legal policies. Um, Definitely make sure you're training your employees on this. Even if you have like other business entities, you definitely want to train your employees or volunteers, if you have volunteers, on these type of things, because they need to be known, they need to be aware. Also too, I forgot to mention, when it comes to having some type of antivirus software and things on your computer, you definitely want to make sure your employees have those type of things on the computer that they're using, whether it's in office or whether it's at home, especially if they're going to be accessing sensitive data. Okay, and you don't want that data to be taken off of their computer as well. Some protecting brand image and consistency. So maintaining a consistent brand message and visible identity. So you got to be consistent. Regular training on brand guidelines and company policies is a must. Reinforcing compliance with IP, cybersecurity, and legal policies is a must. And there has been case studies when it comes to successful brand protection. So you have companies like Apple and Coca-Cola and Pepsi. We definitely can learn from their strategies and how they do things when it comes to their brand and their fragment. But we already know these big brands, they do not play about their image. They do not play about their logos. They do not play. They will definitely send you a cease and desist letter. They will definitely have their lawyers on deck when it comes to their brand, because they work hard for their brand, and they're just not going to let nobody come and copycat and take their brand. Um, so I highly suggest that we take some advice from them when it comes to protecting our business and our brand. So some recaps. Recap is important. The importance of protecting the brand. Your brand is you. Your brand is who you are. Your brand represents you. I mean, if you're trying to protect your own image, you want to definitely protect your image of your brand. Um, Regularly review your updates and protection strategies. If something is not working, you can always go back and revamp. Always go back and make changes, and then begin implementing these measures right away. Okay. Um, don't wait till, if you're just starting off, don't wait till you say, well, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that until my business gets to a certain point or grow like I want to grow. No, go ahead and start protecting your business day one, because your business is your brand. Your business is you. So, do you have any questions before I start showing you these different websites that might be helpful to you and things of that nature, different forms?
Not at the moment. So you could go ahead and keep going on, but what you said is very, very helpful.
Well, I'm glad it's helpful to you. Like I said, most people tend to take it lightly and not really go ahead and start implementing it. But that's me, my information. I need to update these slides because my intro that slide, but it's all right. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing this. I be using so many different platforms now when it comes to um like video chatting and things of that nature. So whenever I do it, I'm like, Lord, where is this at now?
Oh,
Like I teach now, so when teaching we use Teams, and then one platform that I like have meetings on, we use Zoom. So I'm very familiar with Zoom. Been using Zoom for years. Very familiar with Google Meets. But then it's like when I be switching back and forth to platforms, it's like, wait, I got to figure it all out again. So,
yes, Zoom is the one I'm familiar with
mhm.
most well.
Okay, so I'm gonna share the resources. Let's get to sharing these resources. Okay, so I definitely first I need to show you. This is a folder, the resource folder. So in the folder, I put an IP agreement, which is for intellectual property. If you have employees or anybody working with you that's going to be working with your intellectual property, I put a non-disclosure agreement in there, and then I put a non-compete agreement in there, along with the slides and the resources. But before I do that, I need to make sure I can share this to you. So hold on. So I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. I'm gonna also email it to you. But let me know if you can see it on your end, because I don't want to share a link out and you cannot see it. So it's in the chat.
Now something popped up. I didn't click on a chat, but a link did pop up just now.
Okay, I put it
Um,
inside the chat. So click on that link and tell me if you can open it.
okay.
And you should see that folder. You should.
Okay, it does say search in the drive, and I do see it where it says agreement, NCAA, NDA, protecting resources. Yes, I do see it.
Okay, awesome. So I'm glad you can see it. So
Now,
this,
when I get off of here and close this meeting out, how do I get back to all these?
I'm gonna email it to you. The email is gonna come through Eventbrite though. So I'm gonna
Got it.
email you a link to this folder. Um,
Okay.
and then that way you can have it.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is a NDA, example of an NDA. And so this is I created one tether for a business. But this is where people non-disclosure agreement, you and this person is agreeing not to disclose your information to nobody else. If you find out these people disclose your information to someone else, you can sue them, right? And so this is just a template that I put in there. There's other websites that you can use, or another website you can use to actually cater the template how you want to. I just created a quick template because I just know that some people want to actually have one to look at. So this is what it looks like. Um, and you can tweak it any way you need to based upon your needs for your business.
Okay.
Another one, like I said, is the non-compete agreement, which is basically the agreement that you and somebody that you're working with are agreeing not to compete with one another. You know, some people, they'll try to take and steal your ideas and then they want to compete with you, right? So this prevents that. If you are doing business with somebody and you feel like y'all have the same, are in the same industry or doing similar things and y'all working together, y'all can do like a non-compete agreement. With your contractors, your employees, partners, I highly suggest that you do this. If you find out again after they sign this agreement that they go try to take some of your ideas and compete with you and steal them, you can sue them because y'all had this agreement in place. Then there's the intellectual property agreement. It's commonly used when businesses want to ensure that any intellectual property created by employees, contractors, or collaborators is legally owned by the business. So if you are working with someone that's helping you create intellectual property, but you are going to own the intellectual property, make sure you get them to sign this agreement. Again, if they try to go off and run off with your intellectual property and you own rights to it, you can sue them. Now, in this resource folder, um, another website that you can use is called eForms. eForms is a good website. You have to pay for a subscription. Some of the things up here used to be free, but it's no longer free. But they have different forms and stuff that you can use that I try to tell people. But like, say for instance, if you want to do a non-compete agreement, that's the template. Well, that's what basic some of the basic things in it. But then you can go through here and you can create the document, put in your own personal information, and just keep going. But see, it's asking for stuff. But you're gonna have to, in order for you to download it, you're gonna have to pay for it. The pricing, they have a free trial. I don't know how many days, 7 days free trial. And then after that, if you go to $49 a month if you don't do this plan right here. But some people, they just pay as they need it. You can do a one-time charge for a form if you need it. You don't have to get the subscription if you don't want to. But that's one resource. It's another website too. I think it's called Rocket Lawyer. It is. Rocket Lawyer is another platform to use. I did see free forms, so hold on. So do they have it here? Let me go back because I did see something about some free forms. Free legal forms. So Rocket Lawyer might still have free forms that you can download. But you see they have the NDA, they have business contracts. Their website giving more detail. I'll make sure I'll add this to the thing too as well. The folder too as well. I'm gonna have to play around more with it myself because I really don't use Rocket Lawyer. I really use eForms. But I know this is another good source to use as well. Now, when it comes to like locating a lawyer, like I was telling you, this is for Legal Shield. Legal Shield is a good source. This is their different pricing, but this is a good source to have per month that you can use for contracts, so they can review your contracts. They help you write contracts. They'll send out letters on your behalf. You can actually, they even do collection letters on your behalf, things of that nature. And so definitely use this too as well if you can afford. It's a lifesaver to me. Like I said, I use it for personal and business use. Personal use helps me with the my personal legal stuff that I might have questions about when it comes to like wills and trust and things of that nature. They're good for that too as well. So if you want to see if you can contact them to do a dual plan like I have where this business and personal, you can do that too as well. Very good resource.
Thanks. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, they're putting their business and stuff inside a trust. So definitely use this site. Use it because it helps you. Or even if sometimes they can advise you on how you can walk through and do the steps yourself, depending on what state you're in. Because some states, like, you don't have to have a lawyer to create a trust in some states too. But this is also a link inside of the resource folder that I have about protecting your brand, a guide to applying for trademarks and why it matters. Um, might be helpful to you too as well. That's in there. This is the copyright website for, I keep copying it. This is the copyright website to get your stuff patent and copywritten. Um, that's the actual government website to use. Um, so yeah. This is a federal trademark website. I try to tell people to make sure they go here and search trademarks to make sure their business name is not taken before they register it. Because if it's federally trademark, you don't want to register that business in your state with that trademark name, because people can search that name and see that you're registered in a different state and still send you a cease and desist letter. I had to do that before. So make sure that you are searching for trademarks, searching and making sure your name is not taken already. And then if it's not, then you can apply to register for your trademark. Like I said, it can take some time. You see here, it says we're currently examining new applications submitted between January and February. Earlier this year, we in July. So I try to tell people, give the people time, because um, it does take a long time for a while for federal than it does your state to get a trademark. So start with your state first. Now, there are other websites that help you with trademarks and help you with copywriting. One of them is Taylor Brands. I told one of my clients about Taylor Brands when she was first starting, because she didn't start yet, so she didn't form her LLC, no nothing. It's also a good site to get quotes for business insurance, your website, things of that nature. But it does have trademarks somewhere up here. I seen it earlier. Oh, here we go, trademark. So you can get your trademark assistance through them if you need to. Another one, it's called LegalZoom. LegalZoom also helps with trademarks and copywriting and patents as well. Because I know some people there are unfamiliar and they want a lawyer. And so with that being said, this will be a good source to utilize. And this website is just another website that I just put up here. I know a lot of people ask me about my ebooks and different things of that nature. Like I said, I do have a free link to one of the ebooks about trademarks already inside the resource folder. And then this is a connect with me link, just to where you can connect with me on different social media platforms, because I'm very bad at not putting my stuff out so people can find me. But that's pretty much all that's in the folder. Do you have any questions? I'm gonna add Rocket Lawyer.
And I don't have a business, but I would like to have a business.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to try to get as much research as possible before I try to venture off and do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't have any idea where to begin or what to look for.
Okay.
So this is what made me interested in signing up for this webinar.
Okay.
Because I knew you had to protect your stuff, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was a serious thing to do, but I didn't know where to begin.
Yeah, it's very, very serious. So since you haven't started, the first thing I'll say to you is you need to make sure when you get your business name, you need to make sure that you search your business name at the Secretary of State's office in Virginia, if you're going to register it there, and also search it like on the federal trademark website to
Okay.
make sure go here on this website to make sure that name is not taken. So you're going to go here. Because I would hate for you to register a business that might not be taken in your state, but that name is taken somewhere else, if that makes sense.
It does, because I actually know somebody that happened to. They had a
Mhm.
coffee shop,
Mhm.
only to find out that the name of the coffee shop was used somewhere else,
Mhm.
and they had to change it.
Yeah.
I have actually witnessed that.
Yeah. So definitely do that. Like I said, if you are haven't started a business yet, I would definitely suggest that you use a platform if you don't want to. Because I know sometimes hiring somebody else to do it for you can be expensive when you're just doing it, and that's completely fine. Um, but you can use a website like Taylor Brands that will help you with your EIN number. Of course, you're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
pay. It's not free, but help you with your LLCs, and if you need to get business license, a bank account, and the website. This is like an all-in-one platform to help you with those type of things. Business cards, your branding merchants, all these type of things it will help you with. You might want to look into Taylor Brand's website, play around with it, get familiar with it, because that's like a good platform to use to get started. Legal Zoom is more about the legal stuff, as far as um, they'll do business license annual reports and stuff like that. But I know Taylor Brands offer more services when it comes to that. Oh, LegalZoom also offer personal assistance with wills and trusts and things of that nature too. Okay. Hmm. All righty. But of course, you're gonna have to pay for their services. It's not free, but
Right.
definitely start with Taylor Brands, and then if Taylor Brands can't help you out, move on to um LegalZoom, and definitely look into getting like Legal Shield or something like that. Um, but yeah, and that's where you started. That's definitely where you started. Um, I'm trying to think. I might have a folder that I can send you for extra on how to start your own business. I gotta see if I still got it. And if I can find that link to that folder, I'll email you that link to that folder too, or resources that's in it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I might write myself a note. Yep. But it's very, very, like I said, important for you to protect your brand. Very important. I done had so many people um, that try to steal things from me, or even my own relatives try to take some things from me and try to repurpose it and sell it. So protect your brand at all costs. I was just thankful and grateful that um, God dropped in my spirit to trademark it. And it's crazy because this person normally trademark my stuff, but this particular time I can do the trademark because I do it for the states, but I just didn't want to do it. I just was trying to outsource some things and support their business because there was a relative. And so they've been doing my federal trademark for me. But this particular time, God was like, no, you need to do your own federal trademark for the nonprofit. And I'm like, okay. And I was just obedient. I did what God had told me to do. I trademarked it. And Lord and behold, like this person was literally trying to take my ideas and stuff that we were having from board meetings and things of that nature, and trying to sell out to another nonprofit like it was their ideas. And so I had to reach out to the founder and pretty much let the founder know, like, no, we can't do this. This is not how this gonna go. Um, and you know, she agreed to change their website, and she apologized because she was like she was not aware, which I know she wasn't aware. Um, but at the same time, too, you got to be careful who you're doing business with, because some people they will try to bring you other people ideas, and then now you up the creek because you listen to somebody that gave you somebody else's business ideas or somebody else's strategy or whatever that they gonna had trademark. You can't do that. So yeah,
Mm.
be careful when it comes to that.
Wow.
So now I make sure I put NDAs and everything in place. So we're gonna work together. We're gonna sign all these agreements, and I mean what I said. Like, no, no, we're not doing that. So a lesson learned. But now since I went through it, I can try to raise awareness and teach other people on how to do moving forward. So it's a good thing, I guess.
Well, I really enjoyed this. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I thought I did have somebody else, so a few people more to sign up. But like I said, a lot of people they want the recording. So if they can't show up, I understand. It's like it's at 12 noon, so I understand that a lot of people don't show up because it's in the middle of the day. It's on a Saturday. A lot of people be out and about, but they do get the recording, so which is good. But I'm gonna make sure that I can find this other folder and send to you as well. And again, it's gonna come through Eventbrite, so keep your eyes open on Eventbrite um, with the resources, and that way you can have it. Um, and I'm in here trying to find this folder, but I'll try to find a folder. If I can't find a folder, I know I got some slides for it about how to start a business, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.